You are watching Escape Adulthood Live, your number one source for long-lasting, fast-acting, physician-approved adultitis relief.
On this week's show, we're celebrating our 50th show! Woo! And we're talking about double rainbows and how to become more playful.
Yes, all right. 50 shows in the book. Technically not in the book yet. We'll see. Maybe. You never know what'll happen, right? So, greetings and salutations, everyone. This episode is brought to you by people like Jody Jensen, Paul Tracy, and Linda Wheeler. Their membership in the Wonder and Whimsy Society supports us in this work to fight adultitis. Thank you so much, guys.
If you'd like to annihilate the adultitis in your life, learn more about the Wonder and Whimsy Society, or be the first to know about our newest offerings, become an insider at escapeadulthood.com/subscribe.
Yeah, got that?
I almost said kimandjason.com. I don't know. I feel like going back in time tonight.
Yeah,
or
it is.
something.
This is like a weird.
This is a
vibe in
50th
the air.
show. There's just kind of like this aura of like memories and moments. But thank you guys for being here. There's so many great names here tonight. We're so excited that you can share this awesome little night with us.
Nice to see some familiar faces and some new ones as well. Thank you for being here. Yeah, we've had a fun week because we did something a little bit different this week where we were able to host our first staff retreat in
ever.
I don't know how long.
I mean,
don't know how long.
we used to do things years ago, but just, you guys know we have Rachel on our team. Of course, you know Jenna, but we've never all been in the same place.
Yeah,
we never even have met Rachel until the last few days.
I don't know if she's going to be cool or lame or she looks like her picture though. I can confirm that. So that was really good. And we spent a couple days just like focused on big picture stuff and detail stuff, talking about the Escape Adulthood Summit, which is coming up very soon. We've got tickets still available for that, and it was good. We laid a lot of foundational work, and of course we had some fun. Got some good pictures here. This is the four of us in front of Blue Harbor Resort, which is here in Sheboygan, which is the location of the 2021 Escape Adulthood Summit, and it was kind of fun to be there and show them the place. And
there was definitely this sense of like, oh my gosh, in like 3 months we're all going to be here and you guys are going to be joining us. Many of you and those of you in spirit who can't make it this year. And it was just a good moment for us to kind of just be and kind of look ahead, and did a lot of brainstorming, planning, dreaming about what that event is actually going to be this year.
Yes, and of course then we had some fun times. Went out to dinner. And had a toast, and we each had a different adult beverage.
Yes.
And tasted it.
Was so relaxing.
Not a bad drink at the table.
It was
what
fun.
Was said. So we had a lot of fun. And I got to say, they are some persistent women because they...
Does this surprise you
begged us,
that we would hire strong women for our team? No, that does not.
That's how we roll. So they begged us. They're like, can we, 50 show, can we do a segment? We're like, I don't know. Like, we're professionals. All right. This is kind of a, it's a tricky thing to master. So we said, what the hell? 50 shows. It can't be any worse than it's already been for 50 shows. I mean, it's like, it's really... You can't go down from here.
You've been here for 50, most of you.
Yeah. So we're like, sure, we'll do this. We have a little special surprise for you. We're gonna hand over the captain's chairs for a segment.
Are you guys ready? They're here.
They're here.
They're here, you guys. Look at
this.
Team E.
Okay.
Extrovert.
So this is how this works. We've done a multi month hour training here.
Oh yes.
So basically, what you want to do, we'll have you push this button right there.
Okay.
And you guys are on your own.
Okay. So we just
have fun.
this button.
Just that button.
Oh, I'm ready. Are you ready?
I hit yay. Did it happen?
And now, a word from our sponsors.
This is cool to be here,
This is
right?
very cool.
And one of the most fun things that we had is planning for the Escape Adulthood Summit. I mean, this is going to be my 8th summit.
This is my first summit, so I am learning so much about what has happened in the past that it makes me very excited for what we're going to do this year.
There's a lot of magic. How do you feel about all the magic that we're planning?
Well, being the wizard of this team, I feel like I need to be in on the magic, but I have a feeling I'm going to experience a lot from people coming that I can't even imagine yet.
Yeah.
Very excited.
Totally. The magic is in the people, right? And part of the magic is the place, and we got a chance to check that out. What was your favorite thing?
Ooh, besides the lake view, beautiful Lake Michigan,
Given.
I'm very excited that there is mini golf there for recess. So when we get our break times, we can all go play some mini golf together.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool options for recess. I am, like the picture, I am very excited about the Adirondack chairs right on the lake. You get the talk.
I guess I did.
And you just sit and you enjoy it. It's going to be really, really cool. So escapeadulthoodsummit.com for all the details. We're going to be gathering August 2nd and 3rd in Sheboygan for some shenanigans. There's like a handful of tickets left. We really hope that you'll be one of the ones to join us.
Really looking forward to it. Love seeing the names come in, and some of the people here tonight. We know that you are going to be there, and we can't wait to be out on that boardwalk with you over here, wherever the stuff is. It's going to be awesome, guys.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So that was kind of cool. Like,
It's
I'm
fun.
down
You
with
guys,
these buttons.
these buttons.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
They're very cool. But, oh, you have more than I have, though.
Yeah.
What's that one?
It's not marked. I mean, we got time for another button.
Yeah.
Don't we? Like,
Try that one.
I'm gonna do this one.
You're watching Escape Adulthood Live, your number one source for long-lasting, fast-acting, physician-approved adultitis relief.
On this week's show, we're talking about eating like barbarians, the hidden life of weeds, and how to thrive no matter what life throws your way.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the first episode of Escape Adulthood Live.
Yes.
We are glad you are here, whether you are joining us live or watching the replay.
We have had kind of a journey of such the last couple weeks with having what we had 24 Coffee with Kim and Jason episodes that many of you watched and did a lot of tinkering. Is it safe to say we've been practicing what we preach?
Yes, well, when the whole COVID-19 crisis started, we were like, what can we do? And we thought maybe we could be an encouragement to people. And so we started a daily show and ended up doing 24 episodes.
Yep.
And in that time, learned a lot of things about technology and about ourselves and what we like and about you. And we basically,
fun.
It was like a college class shrunk into 4 or 5 weeks. So we had a chance to take a week off. We were glad to be back. We got a chance to kind of revisit what we want to do going forward. And this is the result.
And I see a lot of
Oh, we were thrown back to the first show of EA Live. That was so fun
It's like
and
a
exciting.
Wayback Machine button. It's like taking us back. Yeah, that was like 50 shows ago. That was pretty cool. We've been part of that for a long time.
You guys still looked good on that show. It
Yeah.
looks, we
Yeah.
definitely
nice.
improved the background here a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah,
It's
like lighting.
cool.
The lighting is very good now, and I
Yeah.
appreciate that. I
We
appreciate
look
that
good.
compared
You guys
to,
always look good.
right.
What happens if you push it again?
Hello, everyone.
Happy St. Patty's Day. Top of the afternoon to you.
Thank you all who are here.
See.
It's good to have you guys here.
I cannot do this.
So
Thanks for being here,
thank you
everybody.
for being here. We need some lightheartedness in this time. We wanted to have a chance to say hi and give you guys a chance to get a break from all the negative stuff. It's not fun or easy, but we'll get through this.
Coffee with Kim and Jason got us all through the beginning of that pandemic, didn't it?
Yeah, bring
So
in the
good.
encouragement. Lots of fun props
Mhm.
and some cool interviews along the way. That was a good time,
That's what I'm talking about.
right?
That was a good time.
It was
It
awesome.
was a good time. And who would have known that show would have led to this weekly show?
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
Like, you guys, that was such a good pivot.
How long is it gone?
Mhm.
And speaking of how long it's gone, there was a show before Coffee with Kim and Jason, the original Escape Adulthood show. Let's
I
see.
don't know about this.
You're watching the Escape Adulthood Show, your number one source for long-lasting, fast-acting, physician-approved adultitis relief.
On this week's show, we explain how you can add up to 8 years to your life.
as you see, the more times than not, this fake laughter can actually turn out to be real laughter, which was the key to starting this. So even if you don't have anything really particular funny to laugh at this week, get a friend together and engage in a fake laughter conversation.
And the more you laugh, the younger you'll feel.
So review of the week.
Oh, baby Koteckis.
Yeah,
All
that's
of you.
good, right?
Not just the baby.
Yeah, Lucy is the obvious baby, but yeah, look at how young they both
I
look.
had no
I mean,
idea.
they aged very gracefully, of course. The Escape Adulthood vitamins really help with that. But yeah, that was over 50 shows for that as well.
Wow, it looks like I have a new binge series in my future, guys.
Go deep on YouTube, that's for sure.
That looks good. It's still lighting up and blinking, though.
I feel like we should see how far back we can go.
Turn it up to 11. Let's do this.
Hello race fans, welcome to the first installment of the Kim and Jason Show. We are ever proud to present to you today a debate to end all debates. Let's take it down to Kim Hom for some on the field conditions and check up on how things are going down there. Kim?
Good afternoon, this is Kim Hom reporting live at the racetrack. In a short 2 hours will be the race of the century. It's being called maybe even the biggest thing in the 20th century. Yes, George Washington and Abraham Lincoln are finally going to race. Many people are excited about this, and I'll tell you what, I am too.
Kim and I we're not just a bunch of crazy kids running around filming videos. We're real talent. I mean, you look at Hollywood, Tom Hanks, Tom Cruise, Meryl Streep, you name it. They're good, but they're not as good as us.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. You guys did a great job. That was great. I
Thanks
feel like it was like the
help,
perfect
you
amount
guys.
of time, maybe a little too
Yeah.
long, but that's
I'm
okay.
not sure how that happened.
Yeah, that's well, it's kind of fun to.
You can't unsee that.
No,
I'm sorry,
no,
guys.
I don't know who that was. That was we'll edit that part out, but let us. It kind of makes me want to ask the question: What's going on? This is what happens when you let the inmates run the asylum. I love watching the comments and just seeing OMG, 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 OMG. That's what I was thinking too. OMG.
Darn, that was video my dad had the big, the big one. The big, what do you even call that?
Camcorder?
Camcorder! Oh my gosh, you guys. That tape. So thank you for
We hope you enjoy that. There's
having some fun with that
yeah,
with us.
it was kind of
trying
fun-
not to
fun
take
to- fun
ourselves
to
too
look back.
seriously. All right, so what is going on today?
Well, this is a segment we haven't done in a while, and it seemed appropriate. And what we do is we put up a photograph that's a little unusual, and we look for you to help us caption it. So we've got a good one this week. Oh, look, it's Kim. So,
what
is going on here, you guys?
Oh,
I want to
man.
know. This was a photo taken on our staff retreat. We went to Colar Andre State Park, just south of Sheboygan. They have really cool sand dunes there, and it rained on us as we were leaving.
Yes.
However, as we were exiting the park, the rain stopped, and we saw this killer double rainbow. This might be a little bit hard to see.
You can
and
kind of
actually,
see
it
by
was
my
almost
head.
like a triple
Yeah.
rainbow because the
Yes.
rainbow at the bottom had another rainbow going on with it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so Kim, I mean, just what's going on? What's going on here,
I would
Kim?
love to find out from all of you guys. I Barb.
Steven says this is proof that Kim is secretly a unicorn.
Steven! Yes! Oh, our youngest daughter will be so happy to hear that.
Paul just can't. He just
Come on, Paul. What is going on here?
Let's see what you guys got.
Jody's got a good one. Walter.
This inappropriate comment deleted. Found the pot of gold.
Oh, what?
We are just asking for this one.
This
Rainbow gas. Everything Kim does is sweet.
Thank you,
Yes,
Jody.
it's true.
Yeah.
It's so true. What else? We got multitude of colors flying out of Kim's behind. Interesting. Colorful. Delightful.
Isn't this like the perfect 50th picture?
I can only assume she just ate some Skittles.
Oh,
That's what
very
happens
bad.
when you eat
Taste the
too
rainbow.
much. Did someone
Sorry.
say that, or you just said that?
I
You
just said that based
Yeah,
on the Skittles.
Nobody wants to taste that rainbow.
Gross.
Hildy,
Oh, man.
coming out rainbows.
Oh.
Look at what we found at the end of the rainbow.
Can you believe there's no alcohol involved in tonight's show? Zero.
No,
Isn't
no.
that crazy?
Supercharged. Supercharged. Farting Skittles.
Oh, Kara.
We've really, why not go to a new low on our 50th show? Imagine the proctologist surprise. Too many Lucky Charms.
Hey, is there ever?
This is
too
what
many?
happens.
This
You
is
know
what
how you
happens.
get Coke, Diet Coke and Mentos?
Oh,
And
yeah.
If you have Lucky
Oh,
Charms
no.
and Skittles at the same time, this is what happens, kids.
I mean, it's a warning. It's a warning to everybody.
Sugar goes in. This is what comes out.
Oh, that's good, Michael.
Kim is so full of joy and happiness, it even comes out her behind.
You can't make this stuff up, you guys.
Over there. Poor leprechaun. I'm with you, Michael. Poor leprechaun. Poor leprechaun. Well, we're glad we can have a little bit of fun with you guys tonight. Stick around. We've got some more great things planned. If there's anyone who needs to be in on this, please let them know. We're upping it. So we
The
usually
blue one,
give
you
away
guys.
$10 to the lemonade stand. But today, because it's special, because our show ends in a 0, we are giving away $20 at the end of the show. So stick around for that, and let's keep this moving. Let's make sure we can cram everything in here, and hopefully we'll all feel the way Kim feels in this photo by the end of the show.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
I am friends with clowns. Clearly. I don't mean this in the proverbial sense. I mean people who paint their faces, wear red noses, and ride in Volkswagen Beetles with 37 of their closest friends. I guess that's just an occupational hazard when you decide to fight adultitis for a living. Now, I know some folks have a thing against clowns, but the real ones, they're actually true adultitis fighters. They are compassionate souls who are all about bringing more light and empathy into the world. I can totally get behind a mission like that. Now, although our missions are in lockstep, clowns go about accomplishing it differently than I might. I have a friend who once organized a group of people to assemble at an airport, don red clown noses, and jubilantly welcome strangers fresh off their flight. I love the idea of this, and I'm sure the passengers appreciated the unexpected fanfare, but it's not something I could ever see myself doing. And that's okay. I know people who are always telling me that they would like to be more playful. They recognize that maybe they take themselves a little bit too seriously. Feel like the spark for life they once had has burned out. Maybe this sounds a little bit like you. They come to us for help, sheepishly admitting that they're not experts at playfulness like us. They hang their heads in shame, apologetic for their beginner status. Even people in the Wonder and Whimsy Society sometimes lament that they feel out of place compared to other members. First of all, hogwash. None of us are really beginners. We may be out of practice and a bit rusty, but let's face it, we are all experts at this. At least we used to be. After all, when you were a kid, no one had to teach you how to play. You were a born natural. The problem arises when we think our form of playfulness needs to look like someone else's. Playfulness is actually all about chasing your natural curiosity. It's about being lost in something that gives you joy with no regard for the outcome. And that looks different for different people. So maybe you're not the type to dress up in a clown nose and greet people at the airport. That's okay. My wife Kim loves being in nature. On her walks, she enjoys looking for hearts and capturing them with her camera phone. It's a scavenger hunt. It's not an assignment from a client. It's not a chore to find a certain number on each walk. It's just for fun. But it has the side effect of helping her see with new eyes, connect more deeply with beauty she may have otherwise missed, and refreshes her soul. The worst form of adultitis is when we completely disregard our need for and the importance of play. The second worst strain might be when we compare the way we play to others. Playfulness is not about performance. It's not about doing it right. And it certainly doesn't require a red nose and comically large shoes. Being more playful is not usually about discovery, but rediscovery. You might begin by asking yourself what you loved doing as a kid. When you were 7 years old, how did you spend your summers when school let out? What could you be found doing indoors on rainy days? And how might those activities from yesteryear transfer to your grown-up life in the here and now? And the grown-up moniker is not necessarily a negative in this case. For example, the 64 box of Crayola crayons feels way more affordable now than it did when I was 7. Realizing you could stand to be a bit more playful is a huge step. And although dancing just on the outside of our comfort zone and playful curiosity is good, you are not required to be somebody else. When it comes to play, as with most things in life, the best results come when you do you.
It's one of my favorite things to encourage people. Oftentimes it's on client calls where they'll kind of like admit to me that they don't really practice what we preach. Mm-hmm. And it happens a lot, doesn't it? And especially in person too, where people will be like, oh, I'm not very playful. It's like confession, right?
Right.
Bless me, Father, I am not very playful. It's like, no. Like, let's stop all the shoulding. And I know Kelsey says it perfectly. Comparison is the robber of joy. What brings you joy? Your version of play could look totally different than the next person, and it doesn't have to be this like clown nose donning an environment all the time.
Yeah. Well, I got an email today from one of our Wonder and Whimsy Society members, Bill Falsgraf, and he said that this message, which was in the Insider last week, really struck him, and he said he was thinking about stuff he hasn't done since before kids, and one of them was playing video games.
Oh yeah.
And he just bought an Xbox.
Nice.
And has been playing the baseball game and has been introducing it to his kids. And he said his stress levels are way lower than they were before. So
that question of what did you do as a kid? I mean, that is such an easy door to unlock, you guys, because it just takes a few seconds to think about, right?
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. All right, well, it is time to get some drawing in. So this would be another good time. If there is someone you know that would love this segment, please let them know. We need you to grab your drawing utensils and something to draw on, and let's draw. Okay, we've got a fun one for you tonight. So this one, I'm not even going to give you a teaser on this.
Nothing.
There's a little bit of a hint, and then there'll be some more context once the drawing comes to life. But what we need to start out with first is going to be a step-by-step. This is going to be very impressive when you get done with it to show people, but it's actually very simple if you follow one step at a time. So let's do that. Let's, at the very top of the page, draw kind of a flat oval. Just like that. Okay? And then not quite halfway down, maybe a third of the way down, we're going to draw not an oval, but just the bottom part of the curvy line there. Okay? And then towards the very bottom of the page, we're going to draw another one of those curvy bottom oval lines. Actually, I'm gonna do that again.
Erase.
There we go, like that. Okay, so far, so good.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're gonna draw a couple vertical lines connecting these curvy lines we drew. Okay. Now we're gonna draw another curvy oval bottom, if that makes sense. But it's going to be wider than the other ones, and it's going to go right about...
See, this is coming full circle. Curvy oval bottom, that beginning picture we talked about.
Yeah. All right. Now we're going to draw a line partway down right here. And then we're going to leave a space, and we're going to continue that line with the space down to the bottom.
Helen guesses a push pop. That's a really good guess, Helen. I'm like, what are we looking at? A can? Steven says toilet paper. Kate says...
You're not going to get this one. You're not going to get it. Okay.
It's fun to guess, though. Top
it is
hat,
fun.
Top hat.
It's also fun to try to make sure they don't get it. Okay, now we're going to draw a little loopy line. So we're going to complete this oval, but it's behind what we already drew. So this is going to be the illusion of depth. We're just going to draw the top part, but I'm going to stop when I get to that line, and I'm going to continue it on this side.
Kristen guesses a snowman with a top hat, which is actually pretty awesome.
Not a bad guess. All right, sticking up that line just for fun. Okay, now let's see, what should we do next? Okay, we're going to draw another line down partially here. Okay. And then we're going to draw, I get like I don't know what you'd call this, just a line coming out.
Just a line coming out.
Yeah.
This is what 50 shows gets you, guys. You stick around for 50, you get things like a line coming out. That's how polished this is.
And then we're going to draw a line coming back.
Oh, man.
Just like that, okay? Now we're going to draw a little baby line on this side. And a little baby line on this side. Kind of make it a little bit rounded like that if you can. Okay.
Will you take a request at this point? Because Jody is hoping for an alligator in a top hat.
Oh, maybe that'll be show 100. We'll get that one out.
50 more? Oh,
all right. Now
man.
we're gonna connect these lines right here, just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to draw a top part of the oval here. You'll see. You'll see what I mean.
You'll see. That's the next.
Right there. Clean that up a little bit. All right.
Got some good
got
guesses
that? Ooh,
here.
there we go. Now it's starting to come along.
I know.
Julie, I said, what
she
you got
guessed
going
that
on
a while ago,
Did she?
Julie, and I kind of had to ignore it because I wanted to just see what else was coming in.
All right, a little bit of a line down there, a little bit of a line, and then this one's going to be hard to explain, but it's kind of like some zigzags. So just watch what I do here. Just like that. And now you should be starting to see it's an Abraham Lincoln log.
There's a lot of
so
people who got there.
Little eye there.
Good job, you guys.
And he usually has kind of a serious face. And I feel like
Julie got it. She's like, I got it. You got it. You got it earlier. Yeah.
All right.
Lincoln log.
And so there's an Abraham Lincoln log.
Wendy says, with a rainbow coming out.
That's up to you, when
your version.
That, Wendy? Yeah.
Yeah.
You have fun with it.
We would love to see that and put that on next week's show, Wendy. So if you want to just add a few more colors there, you do you on that one.
Yeah, I'm going to color in his...
Which, by the way, I overheard Ben saying to Ro yesterday.
Yeah.
I was overhearing kind of I wouldn't say an argument, but more of a fast-paced, heated conversation.
Discussion.
Yes, about some negotiations they were undertaking. And then at the end, I heard him say, Ro, you do you.
Is it saying it like it's a bad thing or like
I am not sure. It's hard to get in his head, but I'm like, we do say that quite a bit, but it is funny to overhear them trying to use it.
Did it seem like he didn't really know the context?
I think a little bit, but yeah. You do you, Ro. She was I don't know if she was prepared to do her or not. So anyway,
Well, I
a little
think the
side
way-
conversation here. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
We're just having a parenting conversation.
All right. So obviously you can play around with however you want to do this. Couple little tips is if you do the top part of his hat a lighter color,
Ooh.
and the top part of the brim, you're going to get an illusion, Michael, of light and shadow. Another option to increase that illusion is to get a darker brown, and then draw an upside down. Draw a frown. Let's do this a little bit smaller. Upside down. Turn that smile upside down, and then color in everything above it. So you get that cylindrical shape, the shadow.
That looks cool. Ironically, Barb, she had commented on us talking about them talking back and forth. She said, a debate, a very handy learning skill to develop. Isn't it weird that we're
Right.
talking about debate and then there's Abraham Lincoln that we're
Yeah,
drawing?
it's
And
something.
I'm from Ottawa, Illinois, Barb, which your good hubby there should know. That's a pretty significant connection, and that's all I'm going to say.
Indeed. Well, okay, so that's the context I wanted to share. So I'm going to draw some little wood lines here.
That's cool.
So obviously the painting or the drawing behind me has a Lincoln log in it. And that flashback photo or video of our show from 1995, one of the things that we did is we hyped up a race between George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. That's why Kim was the sideline reporter. And it was basically a penny and a quarter taped to a string that we were pulling along on the concrete to make a race. So I thought combining Abraham Lincoln with a Lincoln log is a classic thing. And I feel like it's on grass here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of a darker green. And I'm not going to make him levitating today.
Kara's asking, I know.
It doesn't
not
feel like
today.
he should be levitating, but if you
Doesn't feel like he
Kara,
should be levitating.
Kara, you do you, all right?
You do
wanna
you,
draw him
boo, as
levitating?
Jennifer said. I love that.
Yeah.
You do you, boo.
So there's a little shadow going on there with Abraham Lincoln log, and there you go. That's our drawing lesson.
It's
for the
very
week.
out there, I have to say. And but I see how you tied it all together. It came full circle.
It did.
Not half circle, like a rainbow.
No, not like the half or a frown, half of an oval, right?
Julia, she has been killing it lately.
She has been. I love this one
She's
because she
catching
tied
up.
in the piranha plant with Pac-Man, which was pretty great. That was a
epic.
couple episodes ago.
That was awesome.
Jennifer Tackett.
Her little Marty.
I'm delighted by this little Wonder Marty here.
I know. I love it.
I don't know if she always does this, but I feel like she very regularly adds a Wonder Marty in.
Yes.
And for those of you who are watching, who are a part of the Wonder and Whimsy Society, Jennifer is actually leading a member workshop, a Wonder workshop, I think this weekend, isn't it?
This Saturday.
And it's on Blackout Poetry, which is a very cool, artsy, and stress relieving, and it's kind of a fun way to be a poet, even if you don't think you're a poet. And there's going to be music involved. I think they're going to be taking like song lyrics and blacking things out to create poetry. It's such a cool thing.
Where am I going?
That's what I'm talking about.
So check that out in the private group if you haven't seen that already.
Coming up
That's
this
one of my
Saturday.
favorite things that have been happening is members are leading workshops and they are rad.
And Elle is on here. She's got one coming up too. I don't know the date off the top of my head, but she's going to be talking about workplace fun. And she is the master at this, you guys. So if you at all would like to have more fun at your workplace, even if it's virtual, by the way, with your coworkers, you definitely want to tune into that. Wonder Whimsy Society members.
Yep.
So
Tracy submitted a guitar.
This is so cute,
Rock on,
Tracy.
Adultitis Fighters. We will rock you. And Steven, if I'm counting correctly, I think he involved 3 different Let's Draws. There's the Super Mario Brother, there's the guitar, and then there's the callback to the Shine On, which is pretty dang good. So kudos to Steven, and thank you everyone who submitted. If you drew Honest Abe Lincoln log tonight,
Got that?
please send it to kj@escapeadulthood.com. We would love to see it and maybe even share it on the show next week. Hold on a second. First,
Everything
meme of
in
the
internet
week.
is 100% true.
This is a real quote from Abraham Lincoln.
He was a forward thinker.
He was.
He looked and he saw things that others didn't see.
He was Black Lives Matter way before 2020.
And he always was wearing black and white too, which is ironic.
Yes.
And all of his photos
he was
were
like
in black
an
and white.
original hipster. Yeah, so this is hilarious to me because all of us, we've been around the internet for a while now.
Yep.
And yet we still fall into believing everything that comes off the internet is true.
Well, it's printed.
If we saw a headline on Facebook, it must be true. If a friend said something and saw Ferris at 31 Flavors last night,
right,
it's true.
It happened.
It happened.
Right.
So, thank you, Honest Dave, for continuing to share wisdom with us. This week, we want to talk a little bit about a new project we have started. This is something we've talked about a little bit, but we wanted to do something. We feel like we're in a spot right now where there is a light at the end of the tunnel at this pandemic thing. We're not clear. There's still stuff, but the vaccines are taking. People are getting them. Things are getting better, and we feel like it's time to heal and look forward by, weirdly enough, looking back with gratitude over some of the good things that have happened because of COVID. So obviously there have been a lot of negative things that have happened because of COVID. We are all very well aware.
You don't need any
of
reminders
all of those things.
of those things, right?
But what are the good things? That's what we want to celebrate. That's what we are hoping to bring some light to the party. And one of the things we're doing is we have. Let's see if I have this here. So yeah, I made a little sign that says "Because COVID," and the idea is you write in something good that came out of COVID for you. That's kind of the idea, and we have these little signs available, just like this. All you have to do is download it and print it out. It's free.
Can't you just give it to him? Just hand it to him right now.
Here you
just
go.
take it.
Just
Reach it.
Take it.
Just reach
Grab
it.
I think you actually, Jenna might be able to put up a link, but in the meantime, it's just escapeadulthood.com/becausecovid. And
That's
there it is
really
right there, right
intuitive.
on cue.
That's a really intuitive URL.
It's really good.
This
really
is
good.
20 years of business right here.
Takes a while. So go to that link, print this out, download it, print it out, write your COVID blessing on it, and share it with us. We want to see tens of these things. No, tens of thousands of these things. 1 billion of these. Somewhere in the middle.
Do we have
somewhere
any of
in the
that?
middle.
No, we don't have that guy.
Baby, yeah.
But we want to see it. We want to see it. This kind of was inspired on our virtual programs that we've been doing. We ask people to share some of their COVID blessings, and it's always...
It's amazing.
It's amazing
guys. People
to
have
see
gotten
all
degrees.
of the really cool things.
And this again isn't about the shoulding. I know, that can be misheard, but the idea of it's not about what you should have done. It's about what happened to you. What is the blessing that happened to you? Don't think I should have lost 10 pounds. It's like, no. But what's something good that happened to you? What's a blessing that came because of COVID?
Yeah.
So it's going to be awesome.
So do that. Yeah. So here's mine. I'm going to have to, maybe next week we'll have you do yours, but this was a big one for me.
Yeah.
I got to paint more. I could think of hundreds of, maybe not hundreds, but quite a few blessings that came out of COVID for me.
Right.
Amidst all of the pain. So please do that.
Lisa says challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. So let's see yours. Take a selfie with it. Share it on social. Tag us at Escape
What if they don't like
Adulthood.
to take selfies?
Then do what I did. Just show your part of your face.
Like do this.
Where was that? Right there. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Or like this.
So you really don't even have to show your face hardly at all. You could just be like.
You can be artsy with it.
You can be like photobombing the paper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It all works. It's all good. All right. If you have stuck around till now, you made a wise decision. Okay, so here's the question for today. This is what you have to enter or answer to win this $20 gift card. If you had a Wayback Machine, what moment of your life would you most enjoy revisiting? It could be a specific moment. Yeah, it could be really
sentimental.
Touching. Could be sentimental.
Could be funny.
Could be fun, exciting, exhilarating.
Here's a question: if you go back, can you change something about the moment, or just relive
No,
it?
you're just revisiting it.
So this isn't like Back to the Future.
No, it's not about changing regrets. It's about experiencing something that happened in the past. So it was quite shocking to uncover that video of us from 1995, but it was actually very crazy that we were only dating for 1 year, and we made a freaking show. I'm like, what? And that
with theme music,
those
no
of
less.
you who
oh my
are familiar with the Kim and Jason brand and comic strip, you'll recognize that handwritten little sign we had was very similar to what ended up being the Kim and Jason logo. So
I don't know how to feel about that. That is kind of crazy.
It was a pleasant stroll down memory lane, although I was very hesitant to share it, but too late now.
Rachel and Jenna made us. You guys, you made us. All right, guys, we got a lot of weddings on here. Which
hey,
is
Tim,
really
how's it going?
Tim.
Tim says, my wedding day.
That's
awesome.
A good one. That's a very good one.
Don says, the birth of my first child.
That moment, right?
The other ones are forgettable.
I know.
That first one.
You know, I know what you mean, Don. I know what you mean.
Meeting my husband for the first time. Isn't that awesome? That's a good one.
That's good.
Wedding day, the whole day. Yeah, our whole day was fun. It was very modest, but filled with a lot of love and some good friends. A couple people on this watching right now were at that wedding.
Quite a few, in fact.
Tracy also weighs in on the wedding. Another wedding. Those are good days. They go by so fast. Christy, playing in the pool on a hot summer day. That's a good one.
That's awesome.
Stephen, the Philippines.
Just the whole
thing.
The whole experience.
Good times. He talks about that a lot. It was a big impact on him.
That's awesome.
Nighttime rollerblading after work, circa 1996.
Oh, that's
so that would have been shortly after we filmed that video. Elle was out rollerblading.
I wonder what song she's like listening to on her Discman. No, was it a Discman or a Walkman?
Probably I don't know.
Walkman.
That's interesting. Certainly wasn't an iPod.
Nope.
Playing on the beaches of the Pacific Ocean as a child. That's a good one. Cooking with my mom. That's a good
awesome,
one.
Martha.
Our wedding, so I can actually remember what we actually had to eat.
That's
good. Kara would go back further, back to when they were dating.
Those are precious times to think about.
Here's a little note I think is worth saying. Barb says people who don't like to take pictures of themselves could realize their kids will love seeing normal everyday pics of their parents from days when they were younger. And 2, take on playing with the camera, the act of having your picture taken. Stop being serious, have more fun. Thank you for that tip, Barb. I love that because we get a lot of people who are selfie shy.
Yep.
Jen, early morning, Christmas mornings as a child and the joy of seeing the tree.
Oh, that excitement, like the butterflies, right? I know.
Yep.
That's good, Jen. I love that.
Tom wants to go back to play with his baseball bats. Is this a callback to last week's show where he killed everyone with a friendly little skirmish?
Where he won that game?
Yes,
yeah.
Yes.
You asked us to get into a brawl. That got a little heated. It was crazy. And Tom won. And Tom won.
Other ballet classes, especially when I first got fitted for toe shoes. Dream come true.
That's cool.
The moment my husband proposed to me, said Kelsey. That's magic.
That's awesome.
Playing softball, my team versus our parents. We creamed them. The day my dad and uncle can toss me up in the air at Lake Poygan again and again. Perfect summer day. Wow, you can almost like imagine that. Like that was a good crisp memory there.
That's awesome.
How about this from Michael? The day I just first decided I could run away from school and go home, only to have my older brother walk me all the way back. Gotta love kindergarten. Did we all like run away as a kid? I did that. I ran away. I was gone for like 10 minutes.
Did you pack a bag?
Lunchbox, yeah.
Yeah?
It was like I was gone for 10 minutes and I acted like I was gone for
no one
3
noticed.
days. No one noticed. Yeah. Nick, seeing Pope John
Hi,
Paul
Nick.
II in Toronto.
Whoa.
Yes, that was at World Youth Day, I bet.
That's awesome.
Interestingly, one of my early illustration projects was illustrating a cover for a youth guide to World Youth Day.
Yeah, for
That's
that
kind of a
very
fun one,
trip.
For that very trip, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't go on it, but I illustrated it. Deb, seeing my infant daughter for the first time.
That's
a good one.
awesome.
Doreen, I would go back to when I lived at home with my family so I could talk with both my parents who are now deceased.
This reminds me of a portion of some of your you have a segment in one of your talks where you talk about that moment you'd go back to is pretty important.
Yep. Road trip to Montana, first horseback ride, graduating from NIU, go Huskies.
Woohoo, Eddie! Yeah.
Good stuff.
This is so good.
Going to Lions games with my grandparents, watching Barry Sanders. Oh, he was a good player. He was amazing.
I'll pretend to
even
know
as
who that is.
Even as a Bear fan, he was probably my favorite non-Bear.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's epic.
Nice.
He did stuff that humans aren't allowed to do.
I'll take that as a positive thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Wow, good ones, you guys. Good ones.
They just keep coming in.
Twirling baton on grandma's front porch. Love that one.
That's awesome.
Humming.
Aww.
Humming. Just humming. Being at the birth of my niece. What a moment.
Oh, was Elle telling us she wasn't listening to music?
Oh,
she was
there you
humming.
go.
I was like, there's
I would
something
go
more
back in
there.
time to when
I know.
I
I'm
felt
like, she's
that was a
humming
lot.
on the rollerblades.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Lisa, summer of 1987, spent almost every day at Tenny Beach in the sun, hanging out and doing nothing adult-like.
Tenny Beach.
Love it.
One of the best spots in Madison.
Good stuff, good stuff. Ooh, these are always good. First concert with no chaperones, the Stray Cats.
Jill. I don't know the
good.
Stray Cats, do you?
No, I do not. Jody, when I was 10 and I drove my soapbox derby car down a hill to see how fast it would go so their kids would race safely, I was way faster than the fire department.
Jody, a little daredevil. I love it. That does not surprise
Tracy
me.
ran away with a suitcase full of Barbies. The essentials. Only the
No
essentials.
clothes or toothbrush, but those Barbies had to come with her. I love it.
Here's a good heartwarming one from Cindy. Bedtime stories with the kids.
Man.
Yep.
Makes me want to read one tonight.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Thank you for
let's
that
do
reminder, Cindy.
New York City with my daughter on her 16th birthday. She danced with a crew in Central Park. How cool is that?
Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
Okay, I gotta throw this one on Bridget. Visiting my grandparents' cottage in the Lake Tomahawk and hearing the loons on the still water.
Oh, that sounds peaceful. Man, it's gonna be hard to choose tonight.
Paula Abdul.
Paula
Abdul. Good stuff, good stuff. Well, I thought this would be kind of a fun one, going back down memory lane.
Yeah.
After the violent... Was that last week that we had that really... The brawl? Yeah, I figured I'd tone it
We
down.
told Rachel about it when she got here because she was on a plane flying here when that all went down. So that was a fun one to tell about. Yeah, Jason ignited a brawl at the end of it.
Crazy.
It got
crazy.
nuts. People brought toys and were just whipping them. So if you missed last week's show, at least watch the last 5 minutes because it's worth it.
Yes. Keep those coming in. We'll pick a winner by the end of the show. By the way, last week's winner, who was it? I forget.
Tom.
Oh, yeah. Tom, that's right. That is right.
Hopefully you got your gift card by now.
So we really are getting to the end of tickets, golden tickets for the Escape Adulthood Summit.
Yep.
I hope you will consider joining us. It's what we need after this year of craziness. It's going to be a time of hope, of inspiration, of rediscovery. We talked a lot about tonight about rediscovering that playful side of you. You will definitely do that at the Escape Adulthood Summit. It's great to just be around positive people who are optimistic and fun and friendly and the kindest people you will ever meet. And
which you can tell from our comments here if you watch at any given
I
point.
can't. I mean, some of these people that come every week to the show are coming to the summit, and I've never met them in my life, and I cannot wait to finally meet them in person.
Yeah,
So
I
I hope if you are on the fence, you will take advantage of it and join us this August. EscapeAdulthoodSummit.com. You can get all the details. It's going to be at a beautiful location. You do not want to miss out on this. We got some cool things planned with Jenna and Rachel. We got things to another level of magic.
We got a couple
so
things
super excited about
cemented
that.
over the last week that are pretty big deals. So that's pretty awesome. One other thing is that I've been going back and forth with a couple of people who are asking for more details for their bosses or employers to be able to use this as professional development, and it's working out great. So please help me help you by just sending me an email or just both of us, K and J at Escape Adulthood, and I'd be happy to help facilitate that conversation.
Yes. One last thing. So next week.
51, baby.
Next week you are going to want to join us. Same time, 7:45 Central Time. We got a new book in our home called A Pizza with Everything on It. And we are going to have not only the author, but the illustrator on next week.
Both.
Kyle Sheely is the author of this rad book. Andy J. Pizza is the illustrator of this book.
Oh my gosh.
It's a family
so
favorite
good.
now. You guys, these are some of the most fun human beings on the face of the earth. You are not going to want to miss this.
And we've shared Kyle's stuff in the past.
Kyle created a life-size Viking ship out of cardboard that he burned in his yard. And it was like a Viking funeral.
It's a long
and
story.
He invited many people to submit things they wanted to let go of from their past. And he attached it to the boat and burnt it. And he's done so many epic things. Andy has been involved in so many cool projects. He has a podcast called Creative Pep Talk, I think it's called. Super good guy. Both of them are friends with Brad Montague, who we had on one of our last Coffee with Kim and Jason. So if you like that interview, you're going to love this. So please join us next week for that.
It's going to be great.
Whew, 50 shows. How many more? How many of these
Do you want to do 50 more?
Should we do 50 more?
Let's
we'll
do
see.
50 more.
We'll see. Let's see if we can actually get good at this. But that is it for this show. Until next time, Adultitis Fighters.
Shine on, spread whimsy, and be awesome.